Hi there and welcome back to Valley por Vida. Well, we've all heard the stories, cosmetic surgery gone wrong. Luckily, there's a place in Edinburgh that has some important tips and things to keep in mind in order to avoid getting botched. Check it out.
Well, I think there's this misconception, that people just assume that cosmetic surgery is easy. You know, a lot of people go get their hair done, they get their nails done, and they think, well, it's time for me to get a little bit of lipo or a little nip and a little tuck, and they think it's that easy. And because of that, they make the mistake and they go to the cheapest place. A lot of them go to Mexico. And unfortunately, cosmetic surgery is real surgery. And I can tell you from experience, my father, who was a cardiac surgeon, is scared to death when he sees us doing our liposuction and tummy tucks because of how big these surgeries are. And you know, sadly, people don't take that into account and they subject themselves to really dangerous conditions. Poorly trained surgeons, people who don't use sterile technique, people who don't even have anesthesia supporting them. So then if they live, because there's actually a lot of people who die every month from cosmetic surgery gone bad in Mexico, and if they make it out of the ER and then they come to find me, can you fix me? And it's not just in Mexico. It's here in the US too. You have a lot of poorly trained doctors trying to do these complicated surgeries. So cosmetic surgery is real surgery, and I just want people to really understand that and take their body seriously. Like, your body is not an experiment. You only have one body and you want to treat it right. I mean, I've had patients who've had terrible surgeries done by other people. They've suffered personally, and finally, after years, we can reconstruct them and help them get better. And that's the most important message we want to say, is that your body is not an experiment. One thing I think I really like people to know is, don't be afraid to come see us. I think there's this misconception. I hear it from my staff often that they say, oh, he's the expensive one. And when they actually come and get a consult, they realize it's actually not that big a difference in price. The difference is that, oh, there's actually you're paying for anesthesia to take care of you. That's a big deal. That's a big part of your safety. So I think the takeaway message is, don't be afraid to come see us. You know, we pride ourselves on taking care of patients, doing consistently superior results, and having happy patients. So when you're considering cosmetic surgery, don't hesitate to come see us based on what you think you might have heard or what people are saying. There's a lot of misinformation out there. And you know, I trained at Stanford University. I was doing cardiac surgery. I had to switch because of an injury, and I recovered and I went to plastic surgery at UCLA. And then I did additional cosmetic surgery training in Scottsdale. And I could have stayed in Scottsdale. My boss wanted me to stay and take over his practice, but I already had commitments down here in the Valley. So I moved back home. My dad's from here, I'm from here. And this building and the quality of service we provide is state of the art. And I can honestly tell you, there's not a facility like this anywhere really in the country.
Well, there you have it. It's important to take the time and make an informed decision ahead of time to avoid a bad outcome. Drop by their team's office in Edinburgh or Brownsville if you'd like more information. Well, if you're looking for a certified pre-owned car and you want to maximize that tax return for the best deal, then listen up. We spoke with a professional automotive consultant for some helpful tips and tricks to keep in mind.
Hello, you guys. Thank you again for having me here on Valley por Vida. My name is Victoria Keith with Ask Victoria. Sold cars successfully for years, and I love giving tips. My test drive tips for you guys. One, if the salesperson brings the car to you running, turn it off, then turn it back on. Why? The car may be needing a battery, but you won't know that because it's already running. You're so excited, you get in, you're driving. Turn it off, turn it back on, and you'll find out if it's making any weird noises, if it needs a battery, etc. Number two, have a designated route. If you're in a sports car, it might ride rough, but you don't know because you're on this smooth road. Test drive it, test its drivability, test the route, have a route in mind when you're test driving. And number three, test drive alone. Sometimes as a former salesperson, I saw the excitement in the eyes of the person while they're test driving, so I didn't have to sell quite as much. If the dealership allows, provide them with your driver's license, proof of full coverage insurance, take that puppy out all on your own, and then you can fall in love without them even knowing, and then get back to the dealership and negotiate your deal. I hope these tips help. And as always, you can find me on all social media at Ask Victoria and the number 1 and my website, www.askvictoria.net.
All right, well, McAllen ISD is working to provide students with all new curriculum this year, including updated social studies and cultural courses. We dropped by one of their campuses to learn more.
Hello, my name is Clarissa Abbott. I'm the Secondary Social Studies Coordinator here at McAllen ISD, and today we're excited to talk about 2 new social studies elective classes that we're going to be offering. Starting in August of 2021, we're going to be offering Mexican American Studies and African American Studies for high school students. Okay, so what we can expect to see in those classes is a lot of the same things that we see in other classes in social studies. In social studies, we focus on 8 strands. We're looking at things that are happening through different lenses. So we look at history, geography, government, citizenship, culture, science, technology, society, and social studies skills. So in Mexican American Studies and in African American Studies, we're going to be examining culture and historical impacts of people and events through all those lenses as well. So always looking at culture and ethnicity is a big part of social studies, and it's really important always. We're really excited to be able to bring these classes to our high school students. This is open to 10th through 12th grade students at McAllen, and this is a great opportunity for our students because usually these ethnic studies courses are not something that they see in the high school. Usually you have to wait till college to be able to sign up for courses like this, so we're really excited to be able to bring that choice to our students here in McAllen. So when we study different ethnicities, it's all about understanding culture, understanding points of view, and just understanding different perspectives. And so that is going to help them in college, beyond their career, just to understand where we are today, how did we get here, and understanding the past and historical context of people change over time, conflict, cooperation. These are themes that social studies focuses on that really help students understand their role in society as well. Well, here at McAllen, we're really excited to offer these classes. The social studies teachers are super excited and they're hoping to be selected. We have more people interested than probably will be able to teach the class. I'm working with social studies coordinators across the state to help, and with teachers to help put the curriculum together. So we're really excited to be sharing this today, and we want students and parents in the community to know that if they're interested in signing up for these ethnic studies classes, they just need to contact their counselor and let them know that they want to start taking these classes. These classes are open for any 10th through 12th grade student at McAllen ISD, and it's a whole year-long class, and they can sign up for either one, Mexican American Studies, African American Studies. If they have room on their schedule, they can sign up for both.
All right, well, that's all of our time for now. Thanks again so much for joining us this morning, and be sure to tune in again Monday because we're going to be taking you to a med spa to learn about ways that you can look good and feel good from the inside out. That and more on Monday. We'll see you then.